On a cold December morning in 1910, a young woman stepped out of her family's mansion in Manhattan, wearing a blue tailored suit, a velvet hat, and a quiet desperation no one noticed. She told her mother she was going shopping. She never came back, and the people with the most power to save her waited too long. Click on the subscribe button and get locked into Crime Chronicles. Her name was Eleanor Whitmore. She was 25 years old, educated, multilingual, and born into one of New York's wealthiest families. Her father was a respected importer. Her home sat on East 79th Street, surrounded by privilege, servants, and silence. But behind the polished doors, Eleanor felt trapped. She wanted independence. She wanted to write. She wanted a life that didn't belong to her family's reputation, and that want would cost her everything. On December 12th, Eleanor left home alone. She walked south along Fifth Avenue, stopped at a candy shop, smiled, bought chocolates. Later, she purchased a book at a well-known bookstore and chatted casually with a friend. She said she was going for a walk in Central Park. She was supposed to meet her mother for lunch at a luxury hotel. She never arrived. By nightfall, Eleanor Whitmore had vanished into New York City, a city that swallowed people whole. Her family didn't call the police. They assumed she was staying with friends. But days passed and Eleanor was nowhere to be found, and they could not bring it to the public because in their world, scandal was worse than fear. So they hired private investigators instead of informing the police. And the only thing they could discover after weeks of investigation was that Eleanor had secretly rented a post office box. She hid rejected manuscripts from her family, proof her dreams were failing. Investigators also discovered that Eleanor was secretly dating Davison, a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania man in his 40s. Their relationship was forbidden, so she kept it a secret. He was from a wealthy family in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was contacted, but he denied any involvement in Eleanor's disappearance and gave her family a letter she had written to him earlier in 1910. The note stated that one of her short stories has been rejected by the editorial staff of a magazine. Eleanor insinuated that she was depressed as a result, and months before she disappeared, she pawned expensive jewelry for a fraction of its value. Not for luxury, for survival. The Whitmore family had power, money, influence. But power delayed justice. By the time authorities were notified, months later, evidence was gone. The trails were cold. Witnesses had forgotten faces. The very privilege meant to protect Eleanor erased her. Some believed Eleanor staged her disappearance to start a new life without her family consent, and hospitals were searched. Morgues were checked, but nothing positive unfolds. Her father believed she was murdered and hidden in the park's waters. No proof ever surfaced. Eleanor Whitmore was never found, not because the truth was impossible, but because it was delayed. By the time anyone truly looked, there was nothing left to see. That is the justice in this story. Some cases aren't solved, they're remembered. Click on the subscribe button for more interesting content on Crime Chronicles.